We're back in the Antidote series here with this case, and I wanted to show you that I'm pretty much done. I've been away for a couple of days. Whole family is sick. You know how it is when you have school-age kids and they bring something home. And being a little bit older, it sometimes can hit you kind of hard, but this is the case, and it looks really nice actually with this matte cap on the way I've got it, but it's not going to stay like that. I'm going to texture that in Substance Painter mostly, but to just show you a couple of things, I've changed the fans just a little bit, and we got the faders there, and I've done keyboard section here. There's not much to talk to you about. These are just copied over and scaled, so for the buttons and that thing, I'll show you how to do that in a minute. I've added toggle switches, and I've added these input jacks, and then I did a couple of pills. So just to show you real quick, if you were interested in doing something like that, just to make a pill, let's bring in a cylinder, make it something like 16 vertices. I'm just going to drag that off to the side and scale it down a bit. Rotate Y 90, let's scale that in the X a bit more. Select this face and this face, and then just bevel back quite a bit like that. Just don't cross the vertices over. Do something like that. Roll it up, shade smooth, and you've got a pill. All right, now to make this thing here, take a circle, choose the number of vertices. I'll go with 22. Let's pull that out. I'm going to create a face. I'll extrude up to give it a bit of thickness, and then I'm going to just add inset to make a circle, and I'll come up here and let's go back to Studio so you can see. I'll bevel that edge maybe with 3 or so. All right, take that circle and extrude it down a little bit, and then Control plus, and then just move it like that, and then bevel this edge as well. Control B. You may want to bevel this edge down here, so you have that, and I can get rid of that face there. We could shade smooth, and if you have shading problems, you can add weighted normal, and normal's auto smooth, and you have that. You can try Control 1, and you have it there. And if you want to position it differently, you know, just rotate it around, so you'll get something like that. So there's that. Toggle switch, you just create some kind of a base, and here, I'll just do one over here real quick. So I'll take a circle and do something that you like. Do something like that. Okay, I'm going to bevel these edges here. That one, 2, 3. I'll put Control 1 on, and then you can add some more edge loops if need be. Get out of there. Maybe another one in there, and another one there. So there's your basic thing. Let's bring the 3D cursor right to that. Okay. And then I'm going to bring in a cylinder. I'll just go with 16 vertices. Scale it down. I'm going to bring that up. I'm going to scale it out a little bit. And roll back and do something like this. And I'm going to come in here, and I'll take this and I'll delete that face so you can shade smooth that. Maybe scale shift Z. Do something like that. And then to get the part that it attaches to, maybe select all of these, Shift D to duplicate, bring them down so you don't have to bring in another UV sphere. Maybe scale them out and scale them in the Z. And maybe I'll take this, and I don't really like the shape of that. I'm going to change that, but then I don't like the top of it, so I'll just come down to here, and I'm going to scale that in the Z a little bit flatter. And you've got some kind of a toggle switch. All right, just rotate that, move that back, something like that. Okay, so I've shown you how to do those, and for the input jacks, I actually made a hole in here, and then to do that, I would just bring in a circle or a cylinder of some sort. You could probably get away with 16 or 18 vertices anyhow. So you just want to do this part and extrude it up. You could take it and E and Alt S and pull it in or out to do this part. Okay, so we have that part and get rid of the bottom faces if that's what you want to do. It's always a good idea. And then bring in another circle, this time make it 6 vertices to make that hexagonal bolt. F to make a face. I'll pull it up to here and I'll extrude it down. I'll get rid of that bottom face. I'll select it all in edge selection. Control B and pull, and I would just want the 3. So I could I'll shade smooth that, and then come back to this guy and maybe lower that down. All right, come in here and bevel. Shade smooth. And you may want to have a hole through it, and if you did, I would probably take a piece of this, Shift D to duplicate it, P to break it out, make a cylinder, F to make a face, E to extrude. We'll push that through. But I'm going to try flipping it in case it's not flipped. And let's actually make it go. Yeah, it is through. Okay. So I'll select this and do a Boolean with respect to that. And I can get rid of that. And I have a hole going through. All right. So that is how I basically did that. So we've got that too. And I think those are the main things. That thing, the toggle switches. Everything else is set. Of course, I did a Boolean on here with the shape of the pill, to make an inset. And the top part, let's get that going here. All these guys, where are they? Bring all that stuff back. Very straightforward. It's just a rounded rectangle. This is another rounded rectangle right here, but cut. So we go across another rounded rectangle. These are all separate for screens. Another rounded rectangle. I'm going to put speakers there, so little hole-like structures. A couple of sort of square-like structures to show some attachment. And I don't think I'm going to need the inset in the top. I'm going to get rid of that, actually. And then just a cylinder that's tapered near the top with a little indent here and sort of a half cylinder there. It might be a nice idea to put it there. I'll put one down there. And that completes the case, just like that. I don't think there's anything else that I've done. And so the next step is going to be to unwrap all of this and do the textures. And I think I'm going to do this in Substance Painter. But to be honest with you, if you created all of this and then you just textured it in Blender without even having to unwrap it, just putting like colors, like maybe a dark green or a dark gray and a black, and putting some graphics on here like images as planes, and a bit of metal or shiny plastic, if that's what you liked, you would get a very nice result and save yourself a lot of trouble of unwrapping and doing the textures in something like Substance Painter. But then you wouldn't really be able to do the edge detail that I want to do, not exactly like this. You wouldn't be able to do the holes in the speakers very easily. You'd have to use a normal map. You'd have to make that. There's a lot of good things that I can do in Substance Painter, and so that's why I'm going to do it that way. So in the coming videos, I'm going to do some unwrapping for you. I won't necessarily do it all. I did a bunch in the stylized steampunk globe recently, so I'll do some of it, but it can take a long time. But I'll show you how I'll set it up with the UDIMs or UV tiles, and I'll show you most of the texturing in Substance Painter. And that will be it for the case. So yeah, sorry, there's not a lot of modeling and not a lot of stuff to show you in this particular video, but I'll be back next time as we approach the end of the case. So if you are modeling this and you want to do something similar, just take a screenshot or something along that line to see what I've done here. All right, and see if you can finish yours up. And that'll be it for now. So we'll see you in the next video. Thanks very much for watching. Take care.